Sam never believed in fate, miracles, or anything remotely supernatural, but all of that shifted the moment he stepped into an elevator inside an abandoned office building. An elevator that didn't move with electricity or buttons, but with something far more mysterious and personal: self-growth. At 31, Sam felt like he was standing on the edge of his own life, watching everything fall apart with no power to stop it. His startup dream collapsed after 2 exhausting years of trying to keep it alive. His girlfriend walked away because she was tired of watching him promise change he never delivered, and every job interview he managed to get ended with the same empty phrase: "We'll let you know." One cold, rainy afternoon, exhausted from carrying the weight of his failures, Sam wandered into an old office building his father used to work in decades ago, a place that had been shut down and forgotten. He didn't know why he walked inside. It simply felt like something unseen was pulling him in. The lobby was silent, covered in dust, with broken lights and dead plants, except for one impossible thing: a single elevator, glowing as if it had never stopped running. Sam stepped inside, expecting it to be dead, like everything else in the building. But when he looked at the panel, his breath caught in his throat. There were no numbers, only words. Words that felt uncomfortably familiar. Fear, doubt, comfort, regret, and above them, focus, action, discipline, creation, purpose. Confused, he pressed one of the buttons. Nothing happened. He pressed harder. Still nothing. Then, out of nowhere, a calm mechanical voice echoed through the elevator. "This elevator does not move when you press a floor. It moves when you become the person who belongs on that floor." Sam stood frozen, unable to decide whether he was dreaming, hallucinating, or losing his mind. Finally, he reached out and touched the floor, labeled "Courage." The doors opened instantly, but instead of a hallway, Sam stepped into a vivid memory. His younger self sat at his old apartment table, staring at a list of job applications he was too afraid to send. Sam realized the elevator wasn't asking him to rewrite the past. It was asking him to change now. So, standing in the middle of that memory, Sam pulled out his phone with shaking hands and applied to 5 real jobs he had been avoiding for months. The moment he pressed submit, the scene dissolved, and he was suddenly back inside the elevator. This time, he felt it rise, slowly and steadily. He had earned courage. Each new floor pushed him into another version of himself he had avoided for years. On focus, he had to shut off all distractions and work for 1 uninterrupted hour, something he hadn't done in ages. On discipline, he forced himself to wake early, clean his environment, and take responsibility instead of hiding behind excuses. On action, he made the intimidating business calls he had run from for months. On creation, he restarted his abandoned startup idea, this time planning it with clarity instead of desperation. Every time he grew internally, the elevator acknowledged it. Every time he overcame a weakness, the elevator lifted him higher. He began to understand. He wasn't climbing floors. He was climbing versions of himself. Eventually, only one button remained glowing: purpose. Sam pressed it slowly, almost afraid. This time, the elevator shot upward so fast it felt like the air disappeared. When the doors opened, Sam stepped out and found himself face to face with a man who looked strangely familiar. Older, wiser, calmer, his future self. Future Sam spoke with a quiet, steady warmth. "You never failed because you lacked talent. You failed because you kept stopping every time life pushed you. The future only rises for the person who rises first." Sam swallowed hard, wanting to ask 1,000 questions. But in a blink, the elevator vanished. The entire floor was gone. He was standing alone in the dusty lobby again. Yet he felt taller, stronger, clearer, as if the building had simply shown him who he truly was beneath all the fear. He no longer needed the elevator, because he had become the person it was trying to create. The elevator didn't lift Sam to success. It lifted him to a stronger version of himself, the one capable of building a future he once believed he didn't deserve. And maybe the real message is this: every level of your life requires a new level of you. If you want to rise, you have to grow first.